This is Ekta and Priyashi's explorations into our project, as our initial approach heavily relied on combining both of our interests, which included karst and tufa cave formations. We began to montage our ideas and research as we explored and combined other underlying precedents to further guide our design decisions, such as poche, light, caves, carved conditions, and interiorities. The outcomes of these studies led us to question how we deal with what is natural versus controlled and rough versus smooth. Through 3D modeling, we explored through iterations different ways to incorporate our previously stated ideas to formulate other ideas through surface tests and poche. Additionally, other perceived outcomes could suggest a metaverse and be completely digital as opposed to an actual site, as we are looking into precedents by Lebbeus Woods and Berner Panton. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Francesca. My research this semester is focusing on materials, specifically marble, and the labor behind extracting marble from major stone quarries. The largest marble quarry in the world is Danby Quarry. It is located in Vermont and is 1 mile underground. The enormous size of the quarry, along with the process of extracting marble, has created beautiful, expansive spaces underground that shows the system of material labor behind the spaces. Using these ideas of material and labor of creation, I studied ways of creating these textural spaces through making clay marble blocks and chiseling at them to see what kind of textures and creations I would get myself. My goal for this project is to have my material and methods of extraction drive my spaces through subtraction and replacement of those subtracted materials.
A crack is normally looked at as something broken or incomplete. Cracks are commonly known as something that requires repair. We are choosing to embrace these flaws and imperfections. We are also looking at how natural growth and erosion has an altering effect through time. The weathering of material and growth of local plant life represent this change. People experience change in their life cycle as well, going through loss and growth. Our program celebrates the perfectly imperfect nature of being human.
By fusing architecture into a crack in a misaligned manner, not fully filling it in, we aren't fixing the crack, but creating a misfit. We are amplifying the crack through our intervention. A potential program is a physical and mental rehabilitation facility for misfits, people who are viewed by society as broken and need to be fixed. We tell them that they belong. Our proposal presents a space for their belonging, a place for rejuvenation and meditation.
The ground, in relation to the public realm, becomes a spatial experience of blurring the exterior and interior spaces, hence becoming an immersive experience for the participants. The biomaterials and the space themselves all embody qualities of imperfect, impermanence, and a sense of incompleteness within itself. Whether we like to admit it or not, architecture is somewhat conservative, following the same principles with the belief of solidity and longevity. As designers, we should challenge those principles and create spaces and materials that are multi-purpose and can be repurposed after the expiration date.
We're interested in biomaterials that allow us to create an appropriate energy exchange between what gets introduced and what exists in the natural environment. Considering natural organic substrates such as mycelium and its product journey to create structural elements of the space means that it continuously evolves and engages with its ecosystem. We want to experience the relationship between sunlight, water in its various forms, plants, and people that are all part of the natural cycle that coexists as one organism capable of going through its changes with time.
The ground is a historian of times past, disturbed only by itself and uncovered for eons, that it slowly accumulates its stories and layers. The Anthropocene brought forth might to carve geological formations into those very layers, uncovering its secrets and scarring its landscape over extraction practices. Furthermore, the physical scars of these gold quarries of the West Coast are built upon the hands and memories of immigrants that came looking for a future, lives quietly lost and buried. My proposal revolves around acknowledging these scars, abandoned after their bounty was reaped using the same powers afforded to us through the Anthropocenic age. Embracing the scars of the neglected and transforming the ground into a place of reflection and memorial to the stories lost. By transplanting and reinterpreting yudongs, which follow the same negative space typology, to create spaces for retreat and reflection for visitors, an ode to how immigrants modulate and reflect the original fabric to find comfort and a place in the new home. Setting a place to imprint Chinese gardens, themselves implants of nature, to create a place of sharing and permanence of Chinese immigrant history, reclaiming scars left behind in our pursuit for power, into one that is now reopened to nature and a testament to the resilience and growth of the immigrant past.